take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5. Cocked on these suckers, time to die.
Giving all praises to the Most High, I'm back with a new lesson, death. Now this could be a scary topic, many questions. We all, at some moment in our life, wonder about death and when is our time, which no man knows. Nonetheless, we all have to take this path, but thankfully, through the Spirit of the Most High and His wonderful wisdom, before we get there, at least we'll have understanding. So without further ado, allow me to bring forth this lesson. Now, when my brother died in 2011, August 11th, 9:15 a.m., man, my heart was broken. I was distraught, didn't know what to do. I would usually come and visit him at the hospital before he passed. We all knew he was gone at that time. I remember the last message he sent me saying how he couldn't take the pain anymore. He had been back and forth in and out the hospital. The woman he was staying with wasn't really taking care of him, being that, you know, he was in a wheelchair and in that condition. And that's why you gotta really be careful with the people who you join yourselves with. And that goes for both parties, man and woman. Because I believe if he would have took care of himself, or the woman that was with him, if she really cared about him or whatever, she would have helped take care of him. But anyways, being at the hospital, seeing him, I remember he would ask me to pray for him because he knew I was a believer in the Most High. Though I didn't have any wisdom at the time, you know, we would have our talks about God and stuff like that. And I just, you know, my heart was always in the Most High, though I had no understanding. And on the day of his funeral, I held back my tears. I was just in amazement at death. It was so unreal to see him like that. I just hoped that, you know, he asked for forgiveness and repented. I knew in my mind this would be the step we would all have to take one day. And I soon one day would have to face this myself. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I hope I get it right before then. And now that I have understanding, I feel like we get an example of death every day when we sleep and our soul leaves the body. And when we awake from sleep and our soul comes back from that state, that's an example of death. However, I did cry my eyes out later for him. I still miss him till this day. He was the closest family member I had. I remember when I was kicked out on my 18th birthday. Luckily, I had a place to stay. My friend allowed me to stay with him. But I remember I would come and see him just walking by the house, and he would come outside and, you know, smuggle me some food to eat out the fridge, knowing I was basically homeless. And luckily I had a friend who allowed me to stay for a little bit, but I was really homeless. I remember the good he's done for me in my time of need, and I hope the Most High forgives him. Ecclesiastes 12:5. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. That's how it was, leaving the funeral.